Breathe is directed by Andy Serkis, written by William Nicholson, and it stars Andrew Garfield and Claire Foy, and it tells the inspiring story of Robin Cavendish, a man who is struck by the polio disease in the late 50s, early 60s, and it tells the story of how he fought to not just survive but live, get out of the hospital and live by his own means, despite the fact that he absolutely needs to be strapped to a machine to breathe for him. It also shows a little bit of his relationship with his wife during their marriage and how adventurous of a person he was, refusing to give up in the face of this devastating disease. I was excited for this film because I like Andrew Garfield, I love Claire Foy, and this is the directorial debut of one of the best actors working today in a revolutionary way, Andy Serkis. And I'm glad to see that this man has a keen eye for directing. This is not the best directorial debut I've seen, it's not even the best directorial debut of the year, but the man clearly has an eye to tell a story. He knows how to tell a story visually, how to transmit emotion with the way he couples shots together. Because that's the job of a director, transmitting emotion with how you cut your film, with how you transit from shot to shot, and what emotions each shot contains and must convey. And Andrew Garfield and Claire Foy are both fantastic in this film. When they're in scenes together, you really feel the emotion that you need for those specific scenes, because you feel that these two are in love. They have very good chemistry together, and they are both great actors, so it's no surprise that they could pull off these roles really well. The movie never is or feels too dire because it has a good balance of natural inputs of humor here and there with the relationship between Robin and the man who helps him create the wheelchair that takes him out of the hospital, Professor Teddy Hall. And it goes by a few years of their lives showing the different adventures that they go on, adventures that could have probably killed Robin but didn't, because again, the film never feels dire enough for that. And it's not a matter of you not feeling the gravity of the situation, because this is a true real life story. He just didn't want to give up in the face of this disease and just took things as they were because he wanted to live a full life as much as he could. Unfortunately, Breathe runs into a couple of issues in terms of storytelling because it feels like a highlight reel. This film was produced by the real life son of Robin and Diane Cavendish, who are played in this film by Andrew Garfield and Claire Foy respectively. Jonathan Cavendish is the producer of this film. It's clear that he had some power. It's clear that he wanted to show and celebrate the fight, the successful fight that his dad had in his life fighting against this disease that would trap people in hospitals and just have them there for the rest of their lives as long as they might live. And I saw an interview with Andrew Garfield. He talks about how Jonathan and Diane had a lot of input and were there during the shooting of this film, and they were very helpful in creating the story. And whatever elements in Breathe work, they work really well. It's unfortunate that the film feels like an highlight reel. It shows you the accomplishments of this man. It shows you the victories he had in this fight, him and his friends. It doesn't show you the arduous road that leads to those big moments. This came to my head immediately as I finished watching the film. Breathe is like those tests that you take, and when people ask you a question, you respond directly, but then they tell you are wrong because you didn't justify your answer. That's how Breathe feels. It feels like a correct answer to a question. Unfortunately, it doesn't justify itself. It's a solid directorial debut from Andy Serkis, boasting great performances from an all-around cast with a heartwarming story that does have its highlights. Breathe unfortunately doesn't pack that emotional punch that you would wish on a film like this, but it's still very fine and refined what it needs to be, and because of that, I will say that it's a martini. It is a good time, anytime. What did you think of Breathe, my beautiful geekies? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. And what real life story do you want to see become a film? Thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. Yesterday, I uploaded my review for Revenge of the Sith. We are halfway done with the Star Wars reviews leading up to The Last Jedi. Tomorrow I'll have a review for Thank You for Your Service. Many others coming this week and next week especially. I'll talk to you about that in another video, and so until then, you stay beautiful, you stay geeky, and if you haven't done so yet, click the subscribe button and the bell so you can be geeky united!